Hello, my name is Oya and welcome to my deep guide. Well, last night this arrived and this big box of Boox goodies is a very exciting one for me because it contains their latest 7.8-inch e-ink monochromatic e-ink tablet called the Nova Air and a couple of accessories. Full disclosure, for those who may be wondering, these items are sent to me just as a review loan unit, so I just get to keep them for a couple of weeks, do a review, send over to the next reviewer in line, and nobody gets to see the video that I make before it's posted, and nobody gets to say what I like or dislike or anything like that. With that out of the way, let's start with the unboxing and check out the Boox Nova Air. And here are the contents of the big Boox box of goodies that I received last night. So first of all, we got the all-new Nova Air. Nova Air magnetic cover with the buttons for next and previous page, Nova Air sleeve, and another Nova Air sleeve. So pretty comprehensive. Let's start with the Nova Air. Alright, so after unwrapping it, we are welcomed by now fairly standard Boox packaging. So we have the elegant black box with a little bit of shininess here, and we're looking at the Nova Air in a color silver gray. And by now we know that with Boox packages you get a box within a box. And let's now open and reveal the Nova Air. I'm quite excited about this. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh. This actually looks very cool. All right, open it up. Oh, so light. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, so you get the Nova Air. Then we get a box of accessories in which we can find the all-new and slightly improved new Boox pen with stronger magnets, and it seems like slightly improved tips. We will see. You get a high-quality, white, stylish USB-C cable, although be it looking somewhat shorter on the shorter side of things, but yeah, it looks okay, and it seems that it's of a very good quality. And we get the supporting documentation, warranty card, and the quick start guide. The quick start guide comes in quite a few languages, describes the contents of the box, the layout of the device, and charging and firmware update. So pretty basic. And here are the contents of the Nova Air box. You get the device, you get the new improved magnetic pen, you get a USB-C cable, and some documentation. Pretty standard, basic, but everything you need to get you started. So let's get this to the side and focus on this one. Alright, it's time to reveal the Nova Air out of its protective packaging, so let's start. This is really, really cool to see. So let's zoom in. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Boox Nova Air. Well, what can I tell you and where can we start? This is really, really impressive. And I'm absolutely super duper happy to see that they're continuing with the Air series. Now, there's a lot of stuff here to cover, so let's start from the front. The first thing that you'll notice, or at least that struck me, is that it is, as they say, silver gray, not pure white. And now we finally have yet another device that has, or manufacturer that has been listening, because historically we've had Boox devices that were either black or completely white, with the exception of the Nova Air, Note Air, sorry, which had the blue kind of casing, but again it had the black edge around it. This is the very first time that we are seeing the Boox company actually adopt the thing that I've been talking about for such a long time, which is the color of the frame needs to be as similar as you can get it to the color of the blankness of the screen. As a reader, as a writer, that's the thing that will make the device much more comfortable to use, because you're not offering constant contrast that is happening. So that's point number one that I think is absolutely awesome. I'm super happy to see that. Point number two is, I don't know if you can see, but the screen protector is coming pre-applied as standard from the factory. Again, something that I've been talking about for a long time, but out of the box, finally, on a brand new Boox device, you get the scratchy paper-like experience, which is exactly what it should be. If a device needs a screen protector, it needs to be pre-applied in the factory. They've listened, they've done it, and point number two, that they've modified and listened. So this is a very, very promising start. Let's flip the device over and see what the design is on the back. We have this kind of a marble stone stucco-like structure, and these black dots, they are ever so slightly in relieved, basically, so you feel them just a little bit under your touch, and that's something that provides for quite a nice feel, for me at least. I don't really mind it. Some people might, but I personally don't. However, yeah, you should be aware of that. They're not protruding that much, but you do feel them a little bit as they are a little bit on top. Second thing that I really like is that the surface of the back is, even though we don't have any rubber feet, it is not super glossed, so you need quite a bit of pressure to actually move it around. Maybe that was the reasoning behind these being a little bit relieved, but I believe that the whole thing is non-gloss, and as such it provides for adequate amount of traction on a normal surface, something that was not the case with the Note Air, and something that I didn't like. So the third thing that they've been listening and implemented in the Nova Air. At the bottom we have a super duper shiny, almost chrome-like bottom panel, where you have all the legal mumbo jumbo, and it's just uber shiny, and it looks kind of modern, and I really do like the feel of it. It looks super funky. At the bottom we have the USB-C for charging and communication. We have the microphone over here, and then we have stereo speakers, this time on the Nova Air. So the Nova family has been going from Nova 2, which had no speakers at all, Nova 3 had a mono speaker, and now Nova Air has stereo speakers. We've got no buttons on either of the sides, but we do have this new thing here, which is an indication of the magnetic polarity and the magnetic snap for the all-new pen. And you will find the corresponding symbol here as well, because this is where the pen lies. More on that a little bit later. On the left side we have a communications port, which I believe is going to be used for the magnetic case with the physical buttons, so I believe that's the communication port for that. And on the top we have a discrete power button, which is actually designed really nicely, because around the edges you have that same chrome-like, metal-like finish, but the top of it is resembling the color of the device. So I really like how this looks. It's a discrete one, but it does make a difference that I actually prefer and I value quite a bit. Like its predecessors, it is a 7.8 e-ink note-taking capable e-reader that's running their Android 10, I believe. And I believe that the insides are exactly the same as the Nova 3. So technically speaking, this is simply Nova 3 in a different housing, like with the modern shoes and modern dress and like all the stuff that you may not have liked with the Nova 3. This one has it. It doesn't have the button that you don't need. It's like a super modern one. And most importantly, like the Air series is all about the thinness and the lightness, and as such Nova Air is considerably thinner than the Nova from its predecessor, and a lot lighter. And just for comparison's sake, here is my old Nova 2, which is physically identical to dimensions are and weight are identical to Nova 3. The only difference between physically outside was that the Nova 3 series had a light bronzish, grayish kind of color stripe here and a different colored back, but the overall dimensions are the same. And you can actually see that the Nova Air is slightly shorter. It is of the same identical width, but when you put them side to side, you can just see how much thinner and how much more elegant the new Air or Nova Air design is. Gone is the bucket design, which was fine and it was ergonomically nice, but it was dated for my taste at least, and that's something that I continually talked about. That's the reason why I don't prefer the Nova series or the Note 3 series. I didn't prefer them. I preferred Note Air to those because these are simply dated tablet designs and the world of tablets has moved on, and so has the Nova series with the Nova Air. So while technically, yes, it is the exact same device as the Nova 3 down to the screen and everything else, except it has a smaller battery because it has to get the thinness and lightness, but in the in-depth review we will see how does that reflect on battery life. But overall, the design I absolutely love. There isn't a single thing that I don't like about this, even the protruding little dots on the back that are so subtle, but yeah, for me that even also works. So absolutely a knockout design, a knockout look, and it looks and it feels incredible. Another thing that I really like is that we have, apparently it looks like, that we have equal portrait and landscape widths around our design. The only thing that's disturbing it is the Boox logo, which isn't a bad thing at all. I mean, there's no button, there's nothing, so you could use it in the horizontal mode as well. I don't know if it does have an accelerometer, well, like the Note Air does, so I'll double check that, but for now, first impressions are I'm very impressed. I'm extremely relieved that it is not a white color frame, because on the promo images it did look like it. This is an awesome surprise to actually see, so I'm so far absolutely loving it. So let's do a first power up and do a test ride and yeah, check out the stuff. Now, of course, because it is an identical device like the Nova 3, this is a black and white screen. So it's not using the Kaleido Plus color screen, it's using the same e-ink black and white screen from the Nova 3. So let's go through the initial setup and get going. Right, and we have it now configured and started. So let me just start by testing out the front light. Yes, definitely works. Oh yeah, this is definitely better than the Note 3 or the Note 2, so that's quite interesting. I don't want any notifications, and I'm gonna just turn off the front light for now. So we're not gonna do any of the super duper in-depth testing. I am simply going to do a test writing so that we can test out the new pen. How does it feel? I'm gonna do some commentary on the pen, test out the new magnet, and then move on to the accessories. So let's do a test write-up. Well, it certainly did take a bit of time for Boox to focus on the sheer quality of the writing experience and to get things right out of the box. But one thing, add one thing, add another thing, add another thing. And the most important thing that I believe Nova Air represents is the fact that they are really, really listening and they are continually improving their designs. And for me, this is what Nova Air symbolizes and signifies. Right out of the box, I know that they've started pre-applying screen protectors on older models, but that was not the case from the start of the model. Nova Air is the first one that's having the screen protector pre-applied. We had previously a problem with the magnetic holding on the Note Air. Now that is no longer the case. It is super duper duper strong. And yeah, I mean, maybe if I went, okay, so I have to go super crazy to actually get it off at all. But yeah, it doesn't matter. And actually, yeah, okay, so I really have to do something completely ridiculously crazy for this pen to fall off now. So a really, really cool thing to see. Can we lift the device with the magnet? Yes, we can. Can we? Okay, let me just put my hand underneath it. I can actually even, there we go. So I had to really push hard or pull hard up, and this is how strong the magnet is. So I can simply lift the entire device by the pen itself. Pretty cool. It's not all great, of course, with the pens. I'm not an overall fan of this design, but they have improved it a little bit. It feels like the quality of the plastic is a little bit different. I don't know if that's just a perception, maybe. I'll compare it with my original Note Air pen and see, but for sure the magnets are better. The manufacturing precision is really, really good. There's nothing really wrong with it. However, one of the main problems that I had with this pen was the design of the tip itself, and you can actually see there's a little kind of gap between the bottom of the nib and the nib holder. I'm simply not sure how structurally strong this will be, because I did have a problem with the previous pen where I actually had the nib bend and break. I don't know if this has been improved or not, because I just opened it, so we'll see. But what has most definitely been improved is the overall combined feel out of the box. Traditionally, for me, I didn't like any of the Boox pens so far. I'm not crazy about this one either. Combined with all of this kind of stuff, we don't have the super glassy, horrible writing feel because we have the screen protector pre-applied. I don't know if they've changed the structure of the nib or not, but the end result is that the writing is precise, fast, comfortable, and most importantly, not glassy. Finally, it sounds good, it writes good, it feels good. I could live with this pen. And this signifies the very first time, for me at least, a Boox product, writing Boox product, that out of the box, without need for any additional like a third-party screen protector or a third-party pen, nope, out of the box this works. However, there's one glaring thing about this pen. Do you maybe notice it? Why oh why, if you made the effort of making it gray and looking so gorgeous, why snap a white pen, a pure white pen that doesn't match the color of the device at all from any of the sides? It simply doesn't match the design itself, and Nova Air is about the design, the evolution of the design. So for me, this pen should have been the same color as the device is, so that it looks like one cohesive package. The second thing is that Nova Air is in a quest for thinness, and they've achieved that, but as a byproduct, you have now a pen that is much thicker than the device itself. And I don't know, maybe that's something that other people don't care about. Maybe it's a preference that people like thicker pens. I do not. So I believe that it would have been nicer to have seen a thinner version of this pen that would have matched the thinness of the Nova Air, because right now you have this lovely little thin device, and then let me just grab my pen. That's one continuous problem, but they're definitely working on it. But so far I still have to see a launch of a Boox product where the pen feels like a part of a cohesive design, part of the cohesive package, and not just as an add-on. However, that being said, it writes good, it feels good, it's made really good, it snaps on really, really good. So let's see, does the new and improved magnet work with my Samsung pen? Yes, it does. And this is what I've been talking about. A thinner profiled pen that actually fits the device a little bit nicer. It's a bit more elegant than this monster. Of course, I believe that this is a preference thing, and if it's economically viable, it would be really cool for Boox to come out with a thin version of the magnetic pen. So when you're ordering a Nova Air, then you can choose, I want this package, or I want the thin pen, or I want the thicker pen, because it is subject to your preferences. Let's see how does it write with the my favorite combo. So oh yeah, absolutely works. Really, really good. And yeah, the speed is really, really good as well. It's supposed to be exactly the same as Nova 3. So I'm going to be very, very curious to actually see the results, because subjectively it feels a bit faster, but maybe it's just all of the stuff combined. So that is the first look at the wonderful new Nova Air. You guys know that I am a fan of the Note Air, and the Note Air is my main daily driver now since November last year, so almost a year. And now we have the Nova Air as well added to the Air family. I'm incredibly happy to see that they're extending the Note Air. Now, if they could only make Max Air, oh my god, I would go bananas on that, because I do wish that something like that would exist. However, for now, I'm very happy that we have the Air 10.3 and 7.8. Please, please, please make us Max Air as well. I just hope that's something that we get to see soon, and that it actually has this kind of same stuff, the gray color pre-applied screen protector, and yeah, for the pen, maybe a better pen, but I don't care. I can use mine just like this, but bigger. That would be fantastic. But if what you're looking for is a 7.8-inch device, this is basically Nova 3 evolved and looking mighty fine. Now, let's see what kind of accessories does it get. So first we're gonna take a look at the Boox Nova Air sleeve, and let's just take a look. How does that, what does it come in? What does it look like? Right, so you just simply slap it out. So here it is. It is a magnetic cover here, has a protective paper here, and it's just a, you know, normal kind of a pouch, or maybe they call it sleeve. So how does it fit? Let's see. It seems to be fitting really good. Okay, so that fits on its own. I think I put it backwards because, yes, so this is how it's supposed to come in. And can you fit the pen as well? Yes, you can. Okay, So somebody has been thinking about it, and that's your sleeve. Very nice and protective. What I do like about it is that it has a magnetic cover here on top to protect the device from the dust, which is not always the case with the sleeves. Usually they're just open on one side and everything else is, it allows for the dust to come in. This is not the case here. It is of a very elegant gray color, nice texture, and I know for a fact that it is very durable and very, very well built, because this is the same kind of rubberized kind of cloth material that I have on my Note Air cover. Inside it's nice and smooth, kind of velvety. So overall I do like the sleeve quite a bit. I think that it can protect your device very nicely, and yeah, it works very, very cool. But now let's unbox and take a first look at the all new Boox Nova Air magnetic cover with physical buttons. So this is going to be quite interesting to see. I want to open it normally without any damage to the packaging, because this is going to the next reviewer in the line when I'm done, and I want them to have a good experience as well, because I have been on the receiving end sometimes when people are just, ripping stuff apart and then they send you and then you get a ripped box. Not nice. So let's open it up. Oh, this looks shiny. Okay, I got my shinies on. Okay, so let's see, what do we get here? Let's carefully get it out of the packaging. Boy, oh boy, this is super shiny. This is like a Silver Surfer kind of a thing. Cool, right? So we'd open it up. Ooh, very, very nice build quality and a familiar design for those who know Remarkable, and the story continues with them listening. This is really, really sweet, and I'm just gonna explain why. So first of all, I want you to take a look at to have a closer look at the structure. Not everybody is going to be a fan of a flashy design like this, but one thing is absolutely guaranteed: when you put this, when you pull this out of your bag into your meeting, nobody's gonna go like, whatever. Everybody's gonna notice. Whether or not that's something that you want, that's up to you, but that's the fact of it. We open it up and we have this lovely, lovely, lovely protective non-slip kind of a surface. It is not velvety, it is a rubbery kind of feel, but a very, very high quality type of a feel it has. Then we have the thing that I said that they are listening. You see these details here? Well, they allow for the cover to flip comfortably all the way up to the side and to actually use it normally. Not all of the flipbook covers from Boox had that, especially not the one for the Nova 2 and Nova 3. It was very, very tight fit, so another thing that they listened to. But the main addition to this whole thing is this Remarkable 2 looking kind of a flipbook cover, which has a magnetic flip thing where your device slots in, and you have the physical buttons there to actually assist in reading. Okay, so the color of the top here doesn't match the color of the top of the device. It actually matches, no, it doesn't match either of them. So it matches the design, but it doesn't match it exactly the same. It's not a big deal, but I'm not a fan that it's brighter than the device itself. Maybe it's something that I'll get used to. You slot the device in, and it is held in place. Let's see. Okay, so you need to do some two-handed exerted pressure for it to fall off. You snap the cover shut and you have a very, very modern package. The only thing is that, again, this pen kind of sticks out, but then again it fits in the overall package. It starts to make more sense. There is a magnetic holder right up here So you can, yeah, as you can see, I'm pushing, but it's holding, so you can open it up. And of course, auto wake up and auto sleep. Previous page and next page, yes, they are working. So this is awesome. So this is something that I really like, because I don't like I don't like having touch controls while I'm writing, and that's something that I do miss. And this is a really cool thing to see, because now I can just disable my touch controls and not have any accidental swipes, not have any accidental zooms or anything like that. I can just simply press my button for the next page or the previous page. And these should definitely work in the documents as well. I don't have any documents here loaded yet because I just powered it up, but yeah, I was very happy to see that this works. So how does it write on entire thing as a package? Well, as usual with these devices, then yeah, it's a shame because it adds a little bit to the thickness, but so you lose that wonderful slate-like feel of the thinness of the device, but you get this effect here. So what I would personally do when I'm using it is to use it like this without the flip back, because that just adds more to the thickness. And with a setup like this, then I get the benefit of the buttons and thinness, right? So, and then it feels really good. And when you're done, snap it shut and you're done. As an overall package, when you have everything there, it is not too thick. We no longer have the sticky tapes that some people were not comfortable with. But that being said, I just want to mention one thing. This is the sticky cover for my Note Air, right? From there. And this is since November. Let's just move Nova out of the way. But since November, not once has it stuck off. So yeah, I understand people not being comfortable with sticky tape, but I personally haven't had a problem with the sticky tape design at all. But either way, now we have a magnetic design. Yes, you can do this and this and this and this. So it's very nice, modern. Is it absolutely perfect? No, design-wise, I don't understand why this one is brighter. I don't understand why the pen is brighter, because now when you put it together like this, it kind of becomes an obvious thing, because it's like a Nova Air is surrounded by these brighter kind of things, and I'm not entirely sure why. Why was there a reason to kind of do that? Because when you take it all away, it just is so gorgeous and so comfortable and so light and fluffy and pretty and awesome. So yeah, but the functionality absolutely is there. Boox are most definitely listening to their customers, and the Nova Air absolutely confirms that, because it has so many additions that many of us were looking forward to. Nova Air seems to be delivering. Okay, Boox Nova Air unboxing and the first impressions. I'm really liking it. Is it perfect? Probably not. And as you noticed, yeah, the pen is definitely improved. There's definitely improvements as far as the accessories go. They're not perfect yet, but the device itself, the improvements that are here compared to Nova 3 and Nova 2, definitely in the direction that I absolutely love. So the form factor, I really loved the form factor of 7.8 inch even before, but now that they've made it so much more modern, thinner, with the screen protector on and the screen colored frame, and this format just makes so much sense for taking notes on the go and occasional writing or document reviewing, or just even as a portable reader. This is a super powerful one. So this is just an unboxing and the first impressions, and of course the detailed in-depth review is gonna come now, so that I've opened it up, I can start testing it. Things that I am expecting it to do and how should it perform. Well, don't forget, this is for all intents and purposes, Nova 3. So this is a Nova 3 with a slightly smaller battery, but it has a completely new housing and new accessories and some improvements. As such, I don't expect it to perform any differently in any significant way from Nova 3. The only thing that I am going to be interested in is how much of a battery life hit did the Nova Air had to take in order to deliver this awesome thinness and this really awesome form factor, which I vastly prefer to the old one. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see that they haven't abandoned the Air line. And oh my God, if Max Air would come out, I would buy that immediately. So yeah, this one so far looks really exciting. I love what they're doing, and I can't wait to start actually using it and testing it to bring you the in-depth review of the Nova Air. For now, first impressions, extremely positive, and I'm very excited to see how it performs. I hope you liked the video. Tell me what you think about the new form factor of the Nova Air. What are your impressions and what are the things that you might be interested in so that I can test them out in the upcoming in-depth review. Also, while you're waiting, you can also check out the Nova 3 in-depth review so that you know what to expect from this device, because it's going to be very similar, since, you know, insides are pretty much the same. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. If you like what I do, subscribe, like, and ding the notification bell to get notified when new videos come out on the My Deep Guide. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye!